Hi, welcome to Thirsty Thursdays. I'm R2K, and of course, everyone's gotten to know
Robert Keys, younger brother.
Yes, yeah, we are R2K.
R2K.
Welcome to our second week at this, and I think it's going pretty well. What do you think?
It's fine, yeah. We're gonna do better. But
No sponsors yet.
no.
No sponsors.
CreakyChairs.com.
Yeah, creaky chairs. Yeah, there you go. So what are we gonna dabble in this week?
Well, we have a few ideas. We have the Battle Axe North Battleford and what they've done in the past year since we've joined. Also, your EP. We promised that last week. So
Yeah, we'll talk a bit about
your
music.
EP that's coming up.
Yeah.
And also just a little bit more about you, because I think we missed out a little bit last week of all the details.
I don't know. What's there to tell about me? No. But anyways, let's pour a drink.
Yeah, we'll start with that first. And
Join us.
Thursdays. Again,
Join us.
if you want to pause it, we're going to sit right here. We're going to wait. Pause it. Grab a cold one. You don't have to pour. We'll just crack a beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
Pour
Okay.
it. Pour it. Pour it. Yeah. Pour it up. Lots of head. I like it when I get lots of head.
Oh, doesn't everybody?
So it's first thing we're gonna get into is the Baxwar stories that
Yes.
I'd have to say is the few things I've been a part of since. So from
Tell us about
my story, Battle Axe to me
Yes.
has always been since I was like a wee guy on a skateboard. Was Battle Axe Records, and from those guys, like, you know, that album that Mad Child Prevail had done right before Bad Dreams and stuff, and then made me really interested in their prior projects. But you know, from Buck 50 to Sun Doobie and all that crowd, and like Dilated People's got their whole thing going on, but they were a part of all. And like Battle Axe Records was like so great to me, and then moving back here and knowing my longest friend is just he's like the DL of a Battle Axe. I was like, wow, I got to be a part of that. So this is a little bit about what we've seen and been involved with since we've joined with the Battle Axe NB.
We joined
Battle Axe NB in particular.
Yes. For the Battle Axe NB, we joined that one in middle of October, I think it was. And so it was about the Thanksgiving weekend around there. We joined, and then we went to our first meeting early November. And since then, we've put on many shows, not just us, but the whole group.
There's lots of good shows, and that goes to all the guys in the division doing all their parts, you know.
Yeah.
But the things I'd like to highlight would have to be that, you know, got to know Sequel really well, and it was the hip hop showcase that we really all joined together, and we put our money down. We rented the place in North Battle, and we brought the local artists, and they all jumped on board. And like, much love to those guys for doing that show for free, because it really helped what it is that we're trying to do and make a positive movement in the hip hop scene. And it went off really well. We had a really good turnout. We made a lot of money off the pizza and the merchandise, and you know, we had pop, and it was an all ages thing. We had just a few brews for the guys that are old enough. And
R2K has merchandise as well, so
we'll
plug that.
Yeah, buy my shirt because it'll pay for my EP, which we'll get into later.
Yeah, it's coming out. Yeah, we're working on that.
But yeah, so the hip hop showcase and coming up in the future, you know, we've got a couple members to do the Moto X thing. You might want to look into that one. We'll get into that more, so I'd like to bring him in as a guest. In the fall, I do know that some of the guys got some big things coming up. But we'll get into that later. But we do have a skate event in North Battleford. If anyone watching this is from North Battleford and rides a skateboard, come out. We will, with our Digital Keys DJs thing that we do based out of here. We'll provide music. I'll be all over the microphone talking too much as I do here.
And they also have customized skateboards for the Battle Axe 306. So if you want to contact anybody for that, it's Josh Waldner.
Yeah, and there'll be prizes for best trick and all.
I feel like it's a giant commercial right now.
Yeah.
Company like flash.
Promo. Yeah, call 1-800-BAXWAR.
Yeah.
No, other than that, I think what else we got coming up in the future?
Your EP. Let's do that.
My EP is in the works. It's been a long time coming. I really buckled down since I've kicked a lot of nasty habits. Moving back to cut knife was a big help.
That was about like 3 years now.
Yeah, well, it's 2 years. 2 years. Yeah, 2 years, and you know, it's amazing what will happen for you when you kick those bad habits. Like, I'm not gonna diss on you guys in your 20s. You know, go to your Toonie Tuesdays and your wing nights and do that, live that life. But when it starts winding down, it really brings things into focus. And for those of you that are really driven, you know, try to stay away from that if you really want this at a very young age. You gotta stay focused and not be distracted, because I was easily distracted. Just the OCD, you know what I'm saying?
What's up there?
But okay, so with my EP, I'm gonna call it the Battle Axe, the Maniac EP. I came up. It actually stems from a track I did when I was like 15. I wrote it in bed when I should have been studying my homework. Called the Maniac. And the way I always envisioned it was like I'm a maniac on the lyrics that I happen to write. So now with this EP that I've written and I'm almost completed, I'm going to have a sequel feature on it. I'm going to have Pat Grimm of Brothers Grimm
you guys already performed live.
Yeah, we got to perform live together. It's
the 911.
Man, much respect and love to the Brothers Grimm, Colm and Pat. You guys are amazing guys. It's great to see family like that. It's like, it truly is family. You just meet them and you feel like you know them your whole life. So we're gonna have those guys on there. My biggest thing is like, cause I have kids growing up, it's and I know they all swear, and I've sat down and spoken with my oldest and about swearing and the appropriate times and this and that. So it's not like it gets out of hand, because you know we do live in the prairie and there's a lot of farmers, and when you're sitting on a tailgate after a long day, there's a time and a place in the locker room, but not at the checkout line at Sobeys, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I try to hold back on the profanity. If there is any, it's very minimal, and it's something that you can all listen to, but it really does stem from a darker place, because I do like the dark, grimy hip-hop. And it is more motivational than anything. Strength. Strength is an album. My brother, the way this all happens is like he brings me beats and I freestyle on them until something lightning strikes, and then we just roll with that. So beat makers, please send them to us.
Yeah, because whatever I bring, I don't make the beats.
I can't guarantee you I'm going to fall in love with your beat or magic will strike, but yeah, send them to Robert. Or what's your email?
We'll send it to your link, because it's R2K at hiphop@gmail.com.
Oh.
And the link will be right below in the description.
Well, there you go. So send me your beats, and what I do is I freestyle on them to lightning strikes. So we got one called Strength.
Yeah.
It's a very country style beat. It speaks a lot about what my wife has gone through, and myself, about addictions. It's gone through a lot of what my wife went through, and I have to say it was a big part of what I went through with her depression postpartum after our child, and it was a rough go, I must say. Like, I had a pretty serious head injury. I have no sense of smell anymore. That's something a lot of people take into they're shocked by, because I cannot smell anymore, because I was on a skateboard and I was 20 some years old and I was drunk and I was carrying on, and I wiped out and I hit my head pretty seriously. So it's not a joke to wear a helmet, you guys, but I know it's not cool, but like the best advice I can give is you're sober and you're doing your thing. I got confidence in you, but if you're drunk screwing around with your buddies, it wouldn't hurt to put a helmet on. It put me in the emergency room and my brain bled out, and they wanted to drill a hole in my head, and I would not let them do that. So I had to throw up blood clots that drained through my nasal passage, through my brain and my stomach for 3 days. And I went through like 2 months of like recovery, and nothing was a sweeter moment than stepping on a skateboard or skating on ice again, and then to gain the knowledge I've gotten to becoming I like to think a pretty damn good carpenter and a superintendent and run pretty big jobs is a blessing. So anyway, I got sidetracked. I like to ramble.
Which is fine.
What are we on? We're on the EP.
The beauty of editing. Well, cheers to that.
Okay, so Strength. Strength was an album dedicated to that. Got also an track on there with Pat called 911. And that's your typical hype track. Dial 911 because we're coming to just tear the place apart because it's just with our lyrical.
They do. It's
content.
literally like you play the song, you're mixing.
And it's sampled from an old Jay-Z, track that Jay-Z actually sampled before that. And it's true hip hop. It's just sampling on sampling. That's what hip hop is. So, other than that, I'm working on one with sequel. It's going to be a little more bluesy, dark. I like to stay in the dark realm. Music Box seems to be a hit with a lot of people. Yeah. It's a big simile metaphor track about, what you're trapping in your music box, and then when you open it and you hear, those things in your head that you're trying to keep closed. A lot of that and your typical introducing myself tracks and everything else, and if everyone can get behind that, that'd be great.
It's the very first official EP. This is going to be press. We're going to try and send it out to everybody.
And we're going to try and record it all here in home base. Yeah. So it's not going to be your fanciest, most production value, but I'm going to talk with a lot of guys and see if we can't dress it up.
Like you said, though, how did everybody else start, right?
Yeah, well, you're going to look at all these other guys, and you got to start somewhere, right? So we're starting.
They didn't start out in a mansion.
And we're out in the prairie, so give us a break. We don't even got, what do you call that, internet there?
High speed? Dial-up? MySpace?
We're not on dial-up no more, no, we're not. MySpace.
We have crank phones here.
No, but let's just say it takes about half a day to upload this video to you guys.
It does. That's surprising. It takes
this guy's the mastermind. He went to producing school. So or not producing school, sorry, my bad. Broadcasting.
Yeah. And so...
Tell them a bit about that.
Well, I went there. I left and I learned almost as much as I could. Which goes to show what the budget, right? I mean, yeah. I know how to frame a good picture. It's really how.
So we're doing this all on a podium with a phone.
Pretty much, yeah. It's my actual phone. I mean, if you could find Waldo in this picture, good on you.
Well, and that stems into the studio build, right? This is actually, I'm the second owner of this home. This was actually a little shop this guy built model trains, and I gutted the whole place, and it wasn't without the blessing of my father that I actually decided to get on board with this, because I am first and foremost a family man, and it's my family come first. But with me needing to be at home more and less traveling around playing hockey, I just built this place, and my brother gave me the hand, and my wife, and we, with a little bit of elbow grease, slapped up this actually behind us is a recording booth.
There's a door right there.
This is the recording booth. It's soundproof with everything over there in the computer. And we line the place with inspiration of posters and artists that we've grown up with, listening to. So that's...
We could give you a tour, maybe like week 10 or something. We'll just give a tour.
We'll give you a quick, or even just a random post of a quick swipe of the place. But other than that, we got a lot of things coming up. And I'm glad that you guys choose to continue watching this. And
we really appreciate it. So if this
with the low budget that we have, we got a Wayne's World vibe. It's coming. We're gonna build on it. I'd really like to bring in a lot of guests here. They're coming soon, so stay tuned for that.
And we have hashtag creaky chair. What we're doing. So I guess the end thing is just subscribe and follow him.
Yeah, and big thing, working on music videos.
Yes.
For those of you that do enjoy my tracks that I post, and it's just me in here ripping it up, we will, I promise you, make some music videos. Around here is my goal.
This will be over the summer.
I got a brother-in-law with a drone, and we're going to take some wide shots. We're going to work in and around a lot of the areas of this town and really pump this place up. So shout out to Cut Knife, shout out to Battle Axe. Much love to Brothers Grim, Rocco, everybody from Rain. I really want to work with Rain, man.
Yeah, we need him in this interview right here. He'd be an excellent candidate. And sequel
for those of you that don't drink, much strength to you. For those of you that don't drink and have a puff, all the power to you. I used to be that guy for many a year. And, join us in next week. Have a puff, have a drink, sit there with your energy drinks. And if you're looking for that perfect pick-me-up drink, contact me. NuCerity, look it up. They got quite the drink. It's changed my wife's life when it comes to her depression. And it's nothing pharmaceutical, so it's great.
Absolutely.
So just get at me with
Check that below too. We'll put links below.
Yeah, we'll put links below. Yeah,
we'll put her phone number. You could call her and let everybody know.
Another successful Thirsty Thursday to you and yours.
We'll just finish these glasses and we'll say goodbye.
Cheers to Battle Axe. Peace.
Peace.